Welcome back. It is Tuesday, June 6th, and the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday, although I wish we could speed past it. It was an 0-3 day, a reverse sweep, not what we signed up for. Logan's pick at the Cardinals money line. People are going to attack him, but hey, if you watch the game, you would know that one had a brutal beat in there. They probably win today just to troll us. McLean and Tucker don't get it done. Tucker hits a home run. I think he gets 3 hits. McLean just only had 3 at-bats. A weird game for him. And the Royals and Marlins, no one for sitting, never stood a chance, but spoiler alert, you might see that later on in this video. And let's dive into our favorite picks. I mean, look, we're going to bounce back. We always do. It's just been a little bit of a cold streak the past couple of days. That's going to happen. We aren't going to win money every single day, but I promise you the plus 23 units we're at right now, we're going to try our hardest to make that 50 plus units, hopefully even better, because that's what we did last year. Let's try to do it again. Now, I don't normally like to promote, sports books on a bad day, but it is worth noting Iowa now has Bet365. So if you live in Iowa, you can sign up using our link down below, deposit $10 and just bet $1 money line on any MLB team. Get $365 worth of bonus bets. So if you want to take advantage of it, go for it. It's a lot of free money out there for you to take advantage of. But Logan, I heard you had a player performance double today. What do you got for the people today?
I do. I'm trying to change it up a little bit. And look, I can sit here and feel sorry for myself, especially with how that Cardinals game ended, because I think 9 times out of 10, the Redbirds at least have a good chance to win that game. Really tough ending in that one. But I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself. We're going to get this back on track. And going to a player performance double today, taking Freddie Peralta of the Brewers to get 5+ strikeouts and the Brewers money line. Plus 121 odds on FanDuel is currently your best value for this double. Now, it's essentially just an SGP, same game parlay. If you don't have access to both these combined, I would take Brewers on the money line. I think that one's a little bit more safer. But you look at Freddie Peralta, he's starting for the Brewers today, 4.62 ERA, 1.41 whip on the season. So those numbers aren't all that great, right? We know Freddie Peralta is capable of being better than that. He's faced an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Look at the teams he's faced recently: Toronto, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, St. Louis, and the Dodgers. I like this spot for him to be a good bounce back home start, right? To finally not be able to start on the road, because 3 of Peralta's last 4 starts have come on the road, which is a contributor of why he hasn't been hitting this strikeout number. He hasn't hit 5 Ks in 4 straight starts. So you're like, Logan, why is he going to get 5 Ks against the Orioles today? The Orioles are a good team and not striking out. I know Baltimore is 8th best in strikeouts. But don't act like a team that's good and not striking out doesn't have games where they strike out. I'll take the Orioles as a very prime example. The last time I picked against the Orange Birds, Logan Allen absolutely cooked them. I wish I would have taken a Logan Allen K-prop in that one because he absolutely got the swing and a miss. And Peralta is 70th percentile in whiff percentage, which that's, of course, a contributor to how you get the strikeouts. If you look at Peralta's numbers, he is a very savvy, good pitcher at getting the strikeouts. He just hasn't had it consistently this year. He's a much better pitcher at home. Look at his home road splits: 3.38 ERA at home, 6.04 ERA on the road. So here he is at home. I wouldn't be touching it if he was on the road, because obviously he's proven he can't be trusted there. But at home, I do like him to get those 5 strikeouts we need and give the Brewers a good chance to win this game, because at the end of the day, the other half of this is the Brewers requiring to get some hits and runs up on Kyle Gibson, because honestly, Peralta could go out and throw a shutout, but it doesn't matter if he doesn't have offense behind him. I like this spot against Kyle Gibson: 3.89 ERA, 1.31 whip on the season. Kyle Gibson, we know what kind of pitcher he is. The book is out on Gibson. He's allowed 6+ hits in 5 of his 7 road starts this year. Gibson's expected batting average also, which is a dangerous stat, opponents are hitting 269 expected batting average against Kyle Gibson. With a pitch to contact guy like Gibson, that's very dangerous. We know he relies on those soft contact ground ball outs, but if you've ever watched him before and if you've ever backed him before, you see those hits come scorching through the outfield. You're like, oh no. And you just feel the signs of danger pick up. That's what, watching a little bit of baseball helps you see, what kind of pitcher he is. And I think the Brewers, after just getting shut out yesterday, hurting anybody that backed them in any sort of way, I think returning back home, it gets this offense back on track. Lastly, if we look at the bullpens, because that is an element to this game: Baltimore 5th in bullpen ERA, Milwaukee 17th in bullpen ERA. Yes, there is an advantage, obviously, for the Orioles in this one. But I'm optimistic enough runs will be able to come against Kyle Gibson. I'm optimistic Freddie Peralta puts up a good enough showing to where it might be able to neutralize the bullpens if you're really, really scared, and you just maybe take the Brewers on the first 5. But I'm going to take them full game because I do trust them to be able to get this one. This is not a great spot for the traveling Orioles. They're coming all the way from San Francisco. So I do think that this is a good spot for the Brewers to get back on track. That's going to be my money line pick, but it's also Dinger Tuesday, which, Austin, in a cold streak, we have to have some little excitement in our lives. And I'm for my Dinger Tuesday pick, going to the scene of the crime yesterday, I'm taking Nolan Gorman of the St. Louis Cardinals to get a home run. Plus 390 odds is currently your best value on FanDuel. I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this game, which is how you kind of maximize this promo. You want, obviously, a game with higher scoring because I think that's how you get the bonus back on home runs. So I definitely think Nolan Gorman, he's facing Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning, good pitcher ERA-wise, but when he's missing locations, they're easy home runs. We know Nolan Gorman's the type of guy to be able to put one in the bleachers into right field. So I really do like that as my Dinger Tuesday play. But Austin, you got a Dinger Tuesday play as well. What do you got for it, people?
Oh, I got a good one, and it's going to be a guy by the name of Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks, currently plus 370-ish on FanDuel to get a home run. I think he certainly got a good chance. I'm not going to talk about why, because it's going to easily segue into my hit parlay of the day. And I've been a little bit cold on these, but I'm confident we're going to bounce back today because we're actually going to the same game. So this is going to be a same game parlay. We're going to Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks and Joey Meneses of the Washington Nationals, each to record a hit. It's currently minus 130 on DraftKings. Someone in our Discord just said, if you're on Bet365, you might be able to get this at much better value. But we're going to take it here because I think this is, where I'm going to bet it on. You can obviously take it on Bet365 if you want. Maybe I'll start experimenting with Bet365 same game parlays or hit parlays, which I haven't really touched a whole lot. Now, if you're on FanDuel, it's like minus 145. I would consider adding Luis Garcia. He's a pretty good hitter, and I was almost about to pull the trigger on him, but instead I'll go to these two guys. Now, let's talk about Corbin Carroll, obviously my Dinger Tuesday play, and it would be electric if he could hit a homer in the top of the inning, and that would be one leg of the parlay down. He's normally going to bat in the third spot for this Diamondbacks lineup, so he's going to see plenty of plate appearances, and I like his matchup today. Now, you look at Carroll on the year, batting 286 on the season, 280 versus right-handed pitchers, and 309 on the road. So, look, he's out facing a righty in Jake Irvin. He does have a hit in 7 of his last 8 games, and Irvin's allowing a 281 batting average versus left-handed batters. Carroll is a lefty. Now, the main reason I'm on Carroll to hit a home run, and I'll talk about why here, Carroll does have 10 homers on the year. 8 of them have come versus right-handed pitchers, which you obviously will see today. And you look at Jake Irvin. He's the guy that doesn't have a ton of innings and starts to his name this year, but has allowed 4 home runs in only 57 plate appearances versus left-handed batters. Carroll is a lefty, so I think there's a chance he can take it deep. It's not like Carroll's, is the biggest guy. He's not 6'7", and I think he's like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", like 175 pounds, but still can hit it into the home, get a home run for us. I think he can get a hold of one. Now, also we want to look at the pitches that we're going to see. Irvin mostly throwing 40% fastballs, 28% curveball, and almost 20% a sinker. And you see Carroll hitting those pitches pretty well. 349 batting average for 4-seamers, 250 versus the curveball, and then 440 versus the sinker. So, I love his chances. I've also talked this time and time again. A guy with Carroll probably gets up 4 times today, maybe 5 if the Diamondbacks are hitting the ball pretty well. He was also 99th percentile in sprint speed. So, this is not a guy they normally want on the base path, so I anticipate him to get pitches to hit. And he's also a guy that can beat out those infield singles and get onto base because this guy is super fast. So I'm going to ride with Corbin Carroll. They're certainly they can get us at least 1 hit on the road against the Nationals. Now, on the other side, we're going to talk about a National, Joey Meneses, and he's been pretty good. Like a guy like Carroll, likely bats in the 3 spot, maybe the 4 if they want to put him in the cleanup. But we look at Meneses, batting 305 on the year, 284 versus lefties, and 299 at home. So he's been very consistent. I think he's had a hit in 5 or 6 straight games. He's been very good. And normally I would target, Lane Thomas here going up against the lefty, but I'll switch to Meneses, although I don't mind Lane Thomas either. I mean, we look at the lefty he's going to face, it's going to be Tommy Henry, and 2 right-handed batters. I like to look at the pitches that we're going to see. Likely going to be a lot of fastballs. 58% of the time, we're going to see Henry throw a fastball to a right-handed batters. We look at Meneses, he is a righty. But the other time, he's going to throw a slider and a curveball, not a whole lot. But you look at Meneses, a 309 expected batting average versus 4-seam fastballs, 286 versus sliders, only 111 versus curveballs. So obviously if Henry wants to spam curveballs, sure, that might be the recipe for getting Meneses out, but that's not Henry's top pitch to throw. It's going to be a lot of fastballs. I certainly think Meneses can deposit one into the outfield. Certainly I think he can get us at least a single. He's normally a guy that's good at finding the open spots in the defense. So I really like him. The guy batting over 300 at home. So give me Meneses, give me Corbin Carroll each to get a hit. I think they both got their chances today. So look, I'll take my chances here. Normally I don't do a lot of same game parlays. This does count on both of these 2 guys to play, but I think they both will play given that they both got the day off yesterday. So shouldn't be worried about them not being in the lineups. They both should be out there. Corbin Carroll and Joey Meneses. Go get a hit. We need it badly. But Logan, you know what time it is? It's Nervy Nation time, baby. The flags are out. The music's going. Yesterday, just Braxton Garrett didn't show up, did not get it done. Not much we can do there. But today we're getting a winner as we're going back to the scene of the crime, trying to get these 6 outs. We're going to the Royals and Marlins, no run first inning, -115 on DraftKings. I think it was the same value on BetMGM. Now, you could be like, why are we running this one back? These two teams combined for 15 runs yesterday. They ruined us there. And I swear, normally, if we were to run back our Nerfies, we hit more often than not, regardless of who the pitching is. But we really like the pitching today, and you'll understand why, because we're going back to a guy we've trusted many times this year. It's Jesus Luzardo of the Marlins. He's going to lead it off in the top half of the inning. We've talked about it before. 11-1 on no run first innings. He's been very solid. The Royals, 15th in first runs. We talked about them yesterday. They haven't been as good on the road, obviously. Well, they got it done on the road yesterday, but we think a guy like Luzardo can come in here. He's done it all year long. 11-1 is a great record. You won't find many better than that. So certainly think Mr. Luzardo can get us his first 3 outs. Who's up for the next 3, Logan?
Yeah, it's the veteran Zach Greinke. Hopefully he can get us his last 3 outs. Now, he's been really good in the no-run first inning portion. 10-2 on Nerfies this year. If I asked you what his record was, I bet you wouldn't guess that he's 10-2. That's really solid. He's also facing a favorable matchup in the Marlins, 29th in first inning runs. The Marlins really, really struggle to score in the first inning. I'm knocking on wood for that one. The over-under set to 8 in this one. After the offensive masterclass that happened yesterday, it would be fitting if these two teams kind of started slow today. That's just normally how baseball works. And I really do feel good about this one. You know, yesterday, as Austin mentioned, sometimes you pick a no-run first inning. It looks really good on paper, but the pitch just doesn't have it. I think both these pitchers will have their A game today for us in Nerfy Nation. Let's bounce back.
Let's get 6 quick outs. Let's get it done, people. Let's have a bounce back day or do a little bit of a hot streak. I think that Cardinals bad beat in there is going to signify the start of a hot streak. So if you want to tail, go for it. We're waving these flags today. 6 quick outs. We will see you guys back tomorrow for some more picks, and hopefully our Dinger Tuesday plays cash as well. Let's have a great day. We'll see you guys back on Wednesday.